Okay, this is a continuation of Mental Hygiene Law, Article 81. I wasn't camera ready today, but so you're going to get to see my dog sleeping. And I apologize ahead of time if you hear my husband screaming watching the football game or my son screaming for no reason. So I'm going to go back over some stuff from the last video that I just wanted to expand on really quick or that may have gotten cut off. The first one I'm going to go over is 8104, which is jurisdiction, because I feel like that one could be an important one. Basically, the jurisdiction has to do with if after a hearing or trial, in accordance with the provisions of this article, it is determined that relief under this article is necessary. It's the Supreme Court, county courts outside of New York City, or it can also be surrogates courts if they have jurisdiction over a proceeding. Those are the three courts that can order an Article 81 guardian or can appoint an Article 81 guardian. So again, it's Supreme Court, county court outside New York City, and then also the surrogates court that a person interested in a estate is entitled to money or property or beneficiary, and basically the court in which the proceeding is pending, there's a person is allegedly incapacitated with respect to property management, then the surrogates court, they're able to actually appoint a mental hygiene guardian, Article 81 guardian. But who can they appoint this guardian for? I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video. And they have the power to provide the relief set forth in this article for a resident of the state, a non-resident of the state present in this state, or a non-resident of the state pursuant to Section 8118 of this article. So that has to do with foreign guardians. And basically, there can be a non-resident of the state. They have a guardian appointed for them in a foreign country, but let's say they own property here and they need somebody to basically take over the property management, to assist with the property management, then that is a person who the court has jurisdiction to appoint an Article 81 guardian for. So again, it's a resident of the state, it's a non-resident of the state present in the state, and it's a non-resident of the state pursuant to Section 8118 of this article, which again has to do with foreign guardians. Now, the other section I wanted to go over from the last video, because it may have gotten cut off, let me just find it real quick, had to do with 8130, initial report. And so I believe on the video, the part about the 90 days made it onto the report, basically not later than 90 days after the issuance of the commission to the guardian shall file with the court that appointed the guardian a report in a form prescribed by the court stating what steps the guardian has taken to fulfill his or her responsibilities. Proof of completion of the guardian education requirements must be filed with the initial report. Now, what I think got cut off after that is a 10-day rule that if the initial report sets forth any reasons for a change in the powers authorized by the court, the guardian shall make an application within 10 days of the filing of the report on notice to the persons entitled to such notice. So again, there's two good time rules there. There's 90 days after issuance, and then if the initial report sets forth any reasons for change, then within 10 days of the filing of the report, the guardian can make an application. Okay, so let's see. What else do I think is important for this? So I'm going to jump around a little bit. So Article 81.38, vacancy of office. A vacancy created by the death, removal, discharge, resignation, or suspension of a guardian shall be filed by the court. Court shall appoint an interim guardian who shall serve for a period of 90 days or until an accounting is filed and a successor guardian is appointed by the court. At the time of the appointment of the guardian, the court may, in its discretion, appoint a standby guardian to act in the event that the guardian shall resign, die, be removed, discharged, suspended, or become incapacitated. The court may also appoint an alternate or successive alternates to the standby guardian. So let me read that again so that, I don't know, makes a little bit more sense. But okay, 81.38, vacancy of office. A vacancy created by the death, removal, discharge, resignation, or suspension of a guardian shall be filed by the court. Court shall appoint an interim guardian who shall serve for a period of 90 days or until, geez, I flipped too fast, or until a final accounting is filed and a successor guardian is appointed by the court. At the time of the appointment of the guardian, the court may, in its discretion, appoint a standby guardian to act in the event that the guardian shall resign, die, be removed, discharged, suspended, or become incapacitated. The court may also appoint an alternate and or successive alternates to the standby guardian. Okay, now 81, 39, 40, and 41 have to do with education requirements for guardians, court evaluators, court examiners. I'm not really going to get into all that because it's a lot of stuff, and I'm praying that that really wouldn't be a question. It just has to do with like legal duties and responsibilities and rights and the stuff that they have to train on and become familiar with. So let's move on.